Welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, to Kwaj Sports. We're going to bring you right into Malik Goggins with a sideline review on the Volleyball Championship.
I'm Malik Goggins, and I'm here with
Sergeant Bates, John.
Okay, you guys started off strong the first set, and you managed to pull it away. Any strategy going into the next set to finish this championship game off?
Just playing together as a team like we have been, moving the ball around, forcing them to make errors. Same thing we did the first game. Just move the ball around, get it over the net. Well, Coach Neighbors is an addition that we haven't had to play against in the last two games we played him. So Coach Neighbors is the anomaly that we'll be looking out for the second game.
Anything you think you guys could like tighten up on or fix just a bit? Because they started to come back there, and you guys started to weaken up, but you guys managed to pull away. Anything you think you guys can tighten up on just to make it better?
Most definitely calling the ball, making sure we know who's getting it versus just standing there looking at it.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Great job, Malik. We're going to go courtside and get Coach Neighbors' post-game interview that he did himself, the anomaly.
There is no I in team, you want to play good, you hope to play good. I think we play pretty good.
Congratulations on the championship.
Thank you. I want to thank my mom and my dad.
That was the quarter today by Coach Neighbors. There is no I in team. Both teams, the Keep It and Misfits, played an outstanding game with 3 sets, with the Misfits winning 2 out of the 3, declaring them the winner of the B-League Volleyball Championship for 2022. So now it's time to get into the A-League Championship game with the Block Party versus Spartan Ones. This game was probably the talk of the island with the A-League Block Party versus Spartan Ones, the talk of the island. It was a very competitive game, very entertaining game. Both teams fought hard, but there has to be one victor. Here's some of the action. I actually had a chance to catch up with Eric Henson of the Block Party for a side-by-side post-game interview. Here's some of his comments.
Well, first off, props to all the high schoolers. Those guys, this is the best team I've seen them for ever since I've been here. And they played hard the whole time, never gave up, and persevered. We got a good veteran crew here, so the Gerbers, those guys, TC, John, all these guys, Mallory, everybody plays hard, and we play good as a team. So that's the teamwork and camaraderie and chemistry kind of kept us alive here.
Were there any halftime adjustments you guys had to make?
I mean, they started out the second set pretty strong, and we knew they were going to come out. But if we knew if we just kept persevering and keeping the score, like keep chipping away at their lead, that slowly we would be able to stay with them, and then we would take over the game.
You heard it here, folks. This is Eric Hansen with the E-R-I-K.
Yeah, World Maverick.
Here's Mitchell from the Spartans team.
Mitchell Kruger. What it really was just the teamship and the camaraderie on this team. Like, most of these kids grew up together, so it's like we all came together and just tried to push forward the best foot we had, and ended up not working out, but we tried our best, and that's all that matters.
With the rally cry you guys had going on?
That was very that was pretty crazy. Yeah, for sure. So what we did, we switched up our formation so that we get the ball up and down. Because as soon as we get the ball up on our team, it goes back down. Like it's not coming back. So it's like we switched it up and then we went back to what we were doing before and tried to make it as best we can.
Great job, Mitchell. Anything for the folks at home?
I love you, Mom. Love you, Dad. Thank you all my best friends and everybody for coming and supporting me. They're all filming right now, so thank you very much.
You just heard a post-game interview with Mitchell Kruger of the Spartan Ones high school team. Great compassion, game teamwork, but unfortunately the Block Party defeated the Spartan Ones in 2 sets. Here are the scores of the A-League Volleyball Championship. Be sure to tune in and catch a seat. For next month we have basketball and water polo here on Kwaj Sports. Take care.
Doug Hepler, I teach here at the high school. What can we reasonably expect some additional resources for infrastructure around here for the corrosion and the some of the crumbling structures, which are kind of a concern for all of us?
Yeah, so that's the number one. So I've been on my phone with me. If I did, I'd show you all the pictures that I've been taking of all the infrastructure. So I'm going to take my phone. My phone's going to be my truth teller. And every senior leader that I go and go, hey, looky here. And I have dozens of pictures of the crumbling infrastructure, the corrosion, the rust, the things that just haven't been taken care of. Yes. So can you expect resources? You can expect I'm going to go fight for the resources.
I wanted to talk in regards to the SHARP program because I was recently learning that it doesn't really involve much placement. I mean, we have an excellent program here, but it doesn't extend out to the contractors or their families. And when we talk about resources and the importance of resources, could we have some type of resource available that would extend out from SHARP that would cover our families, like a senior leadership or a key spouse, or anything of that nature in general would be available for us?
Yeah, so we talked about that today, all right? And there is a giant continental divide between what Colonel Pugsley can do as the leader and what the rules allow us to do for contractors. And there's a huge divide there, and it's screwed up, frankly. We should not have this divide. One team, one fight, right? And so what we have to do, and again, as I said, one of the people I'm going to go talk to is General Beeler, Army Contracting Command Commander, who lives 2 houses down from me in Huntsville. I'm going to go to her house, I'm going to knock on Christine's name. Hey, Christine. Hey, it's Dan. Hey, we need to talk about some contracting things that the normal contracting model doesn't really fit very well out here at Kwajalein. And so we have got to fix that.
If we could look into to help people who are being forced to move and then having to come up with really all of the things to do it and the cost to do it as well. So that was just something.
Okay.
And I think there's some misunderstanding. So we have corrected that for any life, health, or safety that we, the government, move. I force the individuals to move for that reason. The housing office will support with packing material, and they will assist with moving. I know there was some misunderstanding when I talked to Clint Beaver from the housing office to make that correction, but that understanding has been corrected. So.
I was just wondering if, with the Army's plan, that perhaps you could give some insight as to how Kwajalein plays into that, and some information regarding going forward.
Yeah, sure. So part of my discussion when I meet with General Flynn on Monday is to ask him, how's Kwaj play in the Army of the Pacific? And I want to get his thoughts on it, because I don't know. I mean, he and I talked a lot about missile defense out in Indo-Pacific region, because that's mostly my job jar, THAAD and Guam or Korea or Patriot everywhere. But Kwaj hasn't been part of our conversation, defense of Guam. So Kwaj hasn't been part of that discussion yet. So I want him to become an advocate. I want him to recognize the strategic. He understands the strategic importance that Kwaj plays with our missions like Space Fence and GBR, but as an asset that the USARPAC commander can use, I don't know that he's given it that much thought. So I've got to talk to him about that, because when you look at the NDS, right, China is the pacing challenge. We don't say threat. China is the pacing challenge for us. USARPAC has a big role in that. So if you're following what we're doing on multi-domain task forces, the MDTFs, Rich, show of hands if you heard of MDTFs at all. A couple. So we have 3 MDTFs stood up right now. One's in Hawaii, one's at Joint Base Lewis McChord, and one's in Yukon. So out of the 3, the Army's already made a decision to put 2 of the multi-domain task forces out here. And multi-domain task forces are really about cyber, space. Don't think of like your brigade combat teams. Think about capabilities that might be outside the kinetic realm, maybe with some kinetic long-range fires. So think about now how Kwaj could play a role in its position here in the Pacific with either long-range fires or maybe some non-kinetic effects.
What we're doing to increase and better our security posture on the island in regards to vetting people coming on and ensuring we have support if something happens on the island in setting.
Okay.
Obviously we've had similar discussions in the past, and really it's a kind of a phased approach, right? First and foremost, foundational is messaging and information. And obviously some good discussion came out a couple weeks ago. The garrison is currently looking for better mechanisms in which to rapidly inform the right part of the community to ensure incidences and issues are quickly messaged to the team so everyone has the right information as quickly as possible. Second, obviously, re-looking, and this project's been ongoing forever. I brought it up a couple weeks ago, which was not only trying to ensure the capacity of security forces, but to make sure that they're at the right places at the right time. They're being random, and they're covering, they're providing the best coverage possible for the installation to mitigate and minimize risk as much as possible. Same thing goes for growing the PMO outside of security. Still trying to grow our team there. I think we're about 70% right now. We're getting healthier, so we're looking at more patrols, trying to advocate and research or resource better and more experienced talent as well.
I was wondering if there was any update since the last town hall on the fit to fight and the teacher requirements that were still, I think after the last town hall there were some things I think that you were going to do. I was wondering if you could give an update or anything.
No, that's a good question, and I'm hoping that this information was put out already, but if not, I'll kind of clear where we are on that. So obviously that was the first I'd actually heard about that being an issue. As I mentioned, at that time I thought it was an internal vectorous mechanism. It was the first that we heard it was tied to some U.S. government policy. So the team dug into it hard after the town hall, really looked at where the foundational source of that requirement came, found out where it was, and what we did is I think I signed an LOTD yesterday to the contractor that we passed up to the 413th, requesting relief from that requirement. And so as long as that gets through 413th, which I'm assuming it is, and the PCO, who has the authority over the contract, approves it, which we've heard he will, that we should be getting some relief from that requirement.
Sir, how was your flight over here to Kwajalein for the first time in a long time, I guess?
Yeah, the flight was great. We flew from Alabama into Honolulu, spent the night in Honolulu, then early morning got on a flight from Honolulu to here. Piece of cake getting in.
Okay.
Got in the afternoon, and Colonel Pugsley had the itinerary set and
Maybe saw you on the
didn't.
flight line, you came right on in.
Came right on in and did not let any grass grow under my feet. Been pretty busy the last 4 days.
You had any chance to get out on the island and enjoy any of the diving extravaganzas and the...
Have not had a chance to. The scuba club invited me to go scuba diving with them tomorrow morning, so I am going to go scuba diving with them tomorrow if the weather holds out for us.
Do you have any future goals for Kwaj? What's your aspirations for Kwaj, technology-wise?
Yeah, so I want to make sure that all the Army senior leaders across the enterprise, whether it's Contracting Command, USERPAC, Installation Management Command, Army Material Command, whoever has a stake in what we do out here in Kwaj needs to know the value that Kwaj brings today as we develop the Army of 2030. And all the testing, all the technology that we have out here that supports not just Army missions, but the Space Force missions, Missile Defense Agency, all critically important. My job is to take that message back to the senior leadership so they're tracking.
Understood. Do you have any advice for future generations?
Yeah, I will tell you what, if you ever have an opportunity and it's something that you think you want to do, jump on it, go do it, because you never know when you have that opportunity again.
I would like to thank Jackie Fallon and the Kwajalein High School student for singing the national anthems. Thanks to my wife Elizabeth for holding down the home front in Idaho and sacrificing the last 24 months to make the retirement transition easier. Colonel Pugsley, I tell you, our time has gone quick, and I know there's a lot of things I wish we could have got done, and we got handicapped on multiple occasions on several things. But I tell you, the resilience that you had to overcome some of those things and challenges truly is meaningful to me as you as a leader, and I'm proud to have served with you as your garrison sergeant major. It just felt literally like yesterday that we were doing your change of command at the hangar. Again, thanks for your companionship, dedication to the mission accomplishment, and caring for the community. Something that a lot of people don't realize deep down, how much you care for the community, but at the end of the day, I saw that, and a lot of people miss that in certain perspectives. I wish you and Shauna, the kids, all the best as you finish your command and continue your future endeavors. Before I continue, I would like to express my gratitude towards the people who opened their homes to me and made me part of their families. All the birthday parties, steak dinners, barbecues, and the holiday dinners by the Perdues, the Walters, the Nenows, the Jones, the Mooses, Eastons, Perez, Africanos, McTavishes, Anderson, and many more truly made this unaccompanied tour unforgettable. Who needed restaurants when you had great chefs on the island? To the community, it's been an honor to have the opportunity to work alongside many outstanding people. Over the last 2 years, it has definitely been bittersweet. I will miss seeing you each day, but I look forward to seeing what you can continue to accomplish. This community truly embodies the concept of team. It takes the RMI family and our mission partners to make this mission possible. The range of missions on this island are extremely dynamic, and it literally takes every single individual on this island to make this happen. Garrison team, thanks for the missions we have accomplished. I've been absolutely amazed by your capability as well as by the strong sense of duty and the exceptional courage you have demonstrated routinely in some of the most stressful times. The success of any organization is not always its leaders, but the people within the organization. It is your hard work and dedication to this mission that has set the path for a plethora of objectives to better the quality of life across the atoll. You are resilient and you will be missed. Command Sergeant Major Miller, Kat, Ethan, welcome to this great community. Welcome home. I tell you, the community will embrace you if you have not already felt it already. I truly believe you will love your new assignment. The assignment is very unique, like everybody says, but it is very rewarding. In final words, I challenge every one of you to continue to determine ways to fix the foxhole and improve the great community. Many years ago, a young sergeant told me the following statement: doers will do what checkers check. That statement still holds truth today, and no matter where in the world. May God continue to bless you and your families. Soldier for life.